Hi guys. Okay, so you read the title right. Yes, it sounds dramatic. So I want to end it. And by it, I mean the stigma surrounding mental illness, and especially depression. So this is something that I'm super passionate about, something that I've thought about and I've researched and I've experienced through a big majority of my life. So a lot of you don't know me. But I have been dealing with pretty severe depression since 6th or 7th grade, and I am 25 now. And for so long, I was really, really scared to even tell people, to let people know. I am what most people would consider very high-functioning depressed. It's not situational, it's not, like, environmental. I mean, obviously, like, situations can make it worse, and, like, it gets better, and I'm not, like, super depressed every day, and I'm not suicidal every day. By the way, if you're suicidal, that's not normal. Please, please, please get help. Please, please get help. Someone will listen to you. Someone. I'll try to help. But someone is there for you. But moving on. When I'm talking about depression, as it pertains to me, it's only been in the last couple years that I've really let people know that I'm dealing with a lot of this. And when I was in high school and when I was in middle school, I'm sure people knew. Like, I was a really, really shy kid. Really shy, unless I was, like, at my house or something. But at one point, my teachers even, like, had a meeting with my mom about it because I was so withdrawn, I guess. And for a shy, quiet girl, that it had to have been bad, right? Like, I don't remember it being that bad at that point, but I mean, I'm really, really thankful for teachers like that are looking out. Because you hear about a lot of stories where teachers aren't that great anymore, but there really, really are some good ones left. And I'm really thankful for them. But growing up, and my parents, they did the best they could, given the situation and the timing and just everything like that. So, the stigma surrounding depression and mental illness and all of that is pretty bad, especially when you're, like, a teenager, because they're like, oh, you're just a moody teenager, like, you'll get over it. It'll be fine, you're just being dramatic, whatever. And granted, I am a very dramatic person. I'm okay with that. Like, I know that, I accept that, but there's a difference between being dramatic and being depressed. And depression shows itself in different ways for a lot of different people. For me, I still go to work. I still go to church. I still am involved in things. I still talk to my friends. I still go out and do things. I still shower, and all of that. Usually. If it gets really, really, really bad, I drop all contact, and I still go to work. I still do the things that I'm supposed to do. But in my spare time, all I do is sleep and I eat. And that's another topic for another time, but we shouldn't have to be ashamed of the things that we're going through. If people are sick, you understand that. Like, if someone's like, oh, I have a cold or I have the flu or whatever, like, people are like, oh, you take a couple days off. Like, it's important that you rest. It's important that you're healthy. But if you tell someone, like, I need a day off for my mental health, they're like, do you really? Like, okay, I doubt that. Which is crazy because it's just as important. Literally, your brain is sick. Like, you need a break. And, so, like, I deal with anxiety a little bit, but mainly it's depression that I deal with. But, like, how are you going to tell someone what they are or aren't feeling? Like, okay. And if someone is using mental illness as a way to get attention, there's something going on. There's something deeper there. Because depression and anxiety and all of these things aren't like cute, like, oh, I'm laying in bed, there's like a tear running down my face, I'm so sad. Like, no. Like, it isn't cute. It's having full-blown panic attacks over nothing. It's your hands being super sweaty, and it's not being able to breathe, and depression is sitting in your bed, like, bawling your eyes out. Not like cute crying, like ugly crying, like snot all over your face. Disgusting. It's alienating yourself from your friends just to prove that you're worthless, just like your depression says you are, which you're not. It's doing the bare minimum to just get by and not believing that things are going to get better. It's not this cute thing. It shouldn't be romanticized. It shouldn't be something that people want or people encourage. But at the same time, it's real. And you shouldn't have to hide the fact that you're depressed. Because growing up, I felt like we had to have this image, right? Like, people see me as a certain person. They see me like I get good grades and I'm a good kid and like I do what I'm supposed to do. And like, granted, I was a kid. I wasn't like perfect. But all growing up, I had this thing where I didn't want people to see any weaknesses because they would think so poorly of me. Like, they would think I was an awful person. Like, they wouldn't want their kids to be around me or whatever. And you know, even a couple years ago, people were not very well equipped with what depression actually meant and how to deal with mental illness. Because either you get your depression isn't real, you need to pray more if you're in church, or pity. And honestly, all of those are awful. All of them are awful. Like, for one, it's a very real thing. And even if it's not chronic depression, like, if someone opens up to you about, like, a mental illness or, like, struggles that they're going through, why would you invalidate them? Their feelings are real, no matter whether it's temporary or whether it's permanent. And let me just say, even if you're dealing with chronic depression, even if you're dealing with chronic anxiety attacks, even if you're dealing with all of that, nothing is permanent. And some days it feels like it. Today was a really, really hard day for me. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I woke up and I did not want to go to work. I love my job, adore my job. Didn't want to get up, didn't want to get dressed, didn't want to go to work, didn't want to see anyone, didn't want to talk to anyone, didn't have the energy to even think about breathing. Like, I am very, very depressed today. And that's okay. Because it's not permanent. And if you know that, it's easier to get through. And some people are really good about sitting with their feelings. And some people are good at venting their feelings. Some people are good at being creative and all of these things. And I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm still learning. Because I'm 25, but until a few years ago, I didn't really accept the fact that I would probably be dealing with this for the rest of my life. But getting back to what I was saying, it's okay if you're hurting. It's okay if you're depressed. It's okay to have a day where you wake up and you're grumpy. Like, sorry, my phone is falling. It's okay. Does it suck? Yeah. Is it hard? Yes. Are some people not going to understand? Yeah. But the thing is, the people that really, really matter will try to be there for you. And you will always have someone, one person in your life, if not more, usually more, that really, really care about you. And getting back to my original thought of, I used to be so afraid of this. People, as you get older, you realize that no one is perfect. Like, all these people that you idolized when you were younger, they had issues too. Like, nobody's going to be surprised if you're like, hey, I need help. Like, we are human. We're not perfect. Like, so there's that. So, it is real. It is valid. And the whole you're not praying enough thing, if you believe in God, which I do, very much so, and I have a daily prayer life, for one, that's discouraging to hear that on top of already feeling worthless, you don't feel like you're doing another thing right, and you don't feel like you're reaching God enough. That's another topic for a whole nother video. I could do, and probably will do, an entire video on just that. It's not always just spiritual. Sometimes your brain is broken. Sometimes you need medicine. Not all the time, not every time. And sometimes just temporarily. But sometimes people need help. You would take medicine if you had the flu. You would, take pain pills if you broke your leg. You would try to do whatever you could do to get yourself better, to get yourself in a place where you could be back to your normal self. And so mental illness shouldn't be any different. It's literally called mental illness. Like, your brain is sick, and that's okay. And if you need help, if you need medicine, if you need whatever, that's okay too. Like, you shouldn't have to feel bad about that. Like, it's not just spiritual all the time. So there's that. And the third thing that I was really, really afraid of, and that I still deal with a lot, is the pity thing. Because you'll tell someone like, oh, I'm depressed. And the first thing they do is give you a look. And you know the look. The, oh, I'm so sorry. Or the panicked look of, oh, dear Lord, like, what do I say to this person? Because they don't understand it. And not everybody understands it, and that's okay too. If people don't understand, don't get frustrated, just, y'all can find a middle ground. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh, anyways, the pity thing. It really, really used to frustrate me, and, I am very, like, oh, I do what I want, like, I don't really listen to other people's advice, like, I don't need other people necessarily when it comes to that type of stuff, and so it drove me crazy, but try not to be too hard on them and realize that they're probably coming from a good place. Anyways, I'm sad today. My chest hurts, and I'm on the verge of tears, and I'm really impatient. But that's okay. And if you're feeling the same way, it's okay. You'll get through it. Eventually it's going to get better. And there's always someone here for you. That's my 2 cents for today, y'all. I hope you have a good day. And just remember that there's a huge stigma, but it's getting better. And by sharing your story and by being open to other people who are sharing theirs, you're helping to end the stigma around all mental illness. Bye, guys. Have a good day.